So the Wells Fargo Autograph Journey card has been out for some time now, and I want to review it today, going through every key point that you'll need to know if you're interested in this card, whether it be the spending categories, statement credits, all the smaller points, and see how Wells Fargo lines up as an ecosystem compared to some others out there. Now, there's no shortage of credit cards out there, especially travel-focused credit cards, but I'd like to do a direct comparison to some of the other cards on the market that are very similar to this Autograph Journey card to see if it is worth getting or even flipping over to if you do carry one of those other travel cards. Now, each year you're going to be charged $95 to hold and use this card, but you will be given a $50 statement credit, which we'll talk about later. On top of that fee, we can currently see that there's a sign-up bonus where if you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months of carrying this credit card, you can earn back 60,000 points for the Wells Fargo ecosystem. So just at a first glance between the annual fee and the sign-up bonus, this card is very comparable to the other ones you'll see on the market that do offer similar things for travel. Now, if we take a closer look at the spending categories for this card, you can earn 5 times points back on your hotel purchases, 4 times points back on your airline purchases, as well as 3 times points back on your dining purchases and all other travel purchases. Now, I do want to highlight that we should look closer at what other travel means. I know that a lot of cards out there will boast this other travel, but I always encourage reading the fine print to see, and with the Wells Fargo, we're going to find that down below. We can see here that you're going to be able to earn that 3 times points back when the merchant category code is classified as the following. It can be for a timeshare, a vehicle or auto rental, cruise lines, travel agencies, discount travel sites, as well as campgrounds. So hopefully that clarifies a little bit about what other travel means. And if you guys are looking for any credit card out there, I'd always encourage reading the fine print, as it'll help you gain a better understanding of what the spending categories really are, and maybe a little bit more on the statement credit to make sure that it is something that fits you. So my thoughts on the spending categories for this card is that they are actually really solid. A lot of other popular travel cards out there, such as the American Express Platinum, will offer you some elevated cash back for travel, but they'll put something like must be purchased through the American Express portal, or with some Chase cards, it'll be earn 5% cash back when booked through the Chase portal. Now, with the Wells Fargo card, we can see that there isn't that necessary requirement that you need to book through the Wells Fargo portal to earn that 5 times points or 4 times points. And I just think that's something that's super awesome, especially if you are someone looking for a general card that isn't necessarily booked inside of one specific travel portal. And once again, this is going to tie into making sure you're reading all the small print when it comes to credit cards. With the Wells Fargo card, after doing so, we can see that there's a lot of flexibility when it comes to those spending categories, as it is based on those merchant codes, which should offer you some greater incentive to use this card everywhere as opposed to just in one ecosystem. So that's going to cover us on our annual fee, the current sign-up bonus, and the spending categories for this card, but I do want to pivot and talk about these statement credits before going into these small details. We can see here on the website that every single year you use the card, you can earn a $50 statement credit when you have a purchase of $50 or more for an airline. Now, if you are interested in this card, odds are that you are going to be looking to travel and will be making a purchase for an airline ticket or hotel purchase throughout the year. So basically, if you are going to use this card for the intended purpose and you do book through an airline, they're going to credit you $50 back. The way I like to look at some of these statement credits with annual fee cards is basically a deduction on the annual fee. In this case, the Wells Fargo Autograph Journey is intended for travel, and if I do make a travel purchase with the card, I will then have $50 of statement credit, which takes that $95 annual fee down to a $45 annual fee. My point here is that if you are going to be traveling and using this card for its intended purpose, they're going to be giving you a little bit of cash back in that $50 statement credit, which is nothing out of the ordinary. Oftentimes these $95 fee cards will give you $50 or maybe up to $100, but I wouldn't expect to have too many statement credits involved. So those are going to be the big points surrounding the Autograph Journey card. I do want to pivot over and talk about the small points with the card, which honestly might make or break this card for you depending on what you're looking for. Okay, so the first small points that I want to talk about are listed under the additional card benefits and features in the travel section of the website. We can see here that there are 6 key travel benefits that come with this card. First one is a travel insurance up to $1 million. We'll also see a lost baggage insurance up to $3,000 per trip. There's going to be a trip cancellation and interruption benefit up to $15,000. We're also going to see an auto rental collision waiver, Finally, we're going to see some travel and emergency assistance for you, as well as there being no foreign transaction fees with the card. Now, a lot of these things are pretty standard with other similar cards on the market, but I do want to just point out that these things are not necessarily a guarantee. They are added benefits that are pretty awesome, and I wouldn't ever look past, as some cards might not let you know that they have them, or some cards might exclude them without you knowing. So definitely read up and just see what all these benefits are to make sure that you do take advantage of them if you ever need to. I now want to move from the travel section over to the protection section under the additional card benefits. Here we can see there's up to $1,000 of cell phone insurance, as well as a roadside dispatch. There's also going to be some emergency cash disbursement, and there's some zero liability protection for unauthorized cards. Now, once again, a lot of these things are common, especially that no liability for if someone does make a purchase with your card, but it is something nice to have. It's that extra layer of insurance and peace of mind that if someone did get your card numbers and racked up a ton of purchases, that you do have some zero liability protection. Pivoting over to the lifestyle section under those additional card benefits, we can see that Wells Fargo will offer you some special offers for their card, which will allow you to get some additional cash back at a select amount of merchants. Now, we'll see this with a lot of cards out there, and once again, this is something that's super nice. It could be a pop-up 5% at this drugstore or 10% at this restaurant such as McDonald's, and being able to earn some extra cash back or extra points, which then can go into your ecosystem and use for whatever you want, is super cool, especially when it's giving you some more incentive to spend with their card outside of those traditional spending categories. Also, under this lifestyle section, we can see that there's some card exclusives to potentially give you some VIP tickets or early ticket sales for some select entertainment that might come near you. Last but not least, under the more benefits section, we're going to see contactless payment and some credit score tracking. Now, contactless payment in 2024 is pretty standard, but I do think that the tracking credit score opportunities is super awesome. On top of that, you're also going to have access to the Visa Signature Hotel Collection worldwide to maybe get into some cooler luxury hotels or for some elevated perks with your stays. And finally, with all these points you're going to be earning, there are multiple ways to use them. A lot of people will use it for straight cash back. You can redeem for gift cards, but what a lot of people like to do is to use it for travel through transfer partners. And I'm sad to say that I think that this is where the Wells Fargo Autograph Journey card is miles behind other similar cards on the market. With the Wells Fargo Autograph Journey, you're going to have access to just 6 transfer partners, 5 of which are airlines, and 1 of which is for hotels. And just taking a glance at the website here, we can see that the list is quite limited. Like I said, there's only 5 transfer partners for airlines and 1 for hotels, which means you are pretty limited with your options, where on the other hand, some other credit card ecosystems can offer you upwards of 20 plus transfer partners, so you'll have a lot more options with those. On top of that, Wells Fargo points are valued at right around 1.3 cents per point, which is not that great compared to other credit card ecosystems out there. For example, American Express and Chase are both valued at around 1.8 cents per point, which is significantly higher than that 1.3. My point here is that if you are one of those people that wants to transfer your points after gathering them to get more cash back when redeemed for travel, I might lean towards another ecosystem out there that offers you some greater transfer partners and some greater value with every point that you earn. That being said, if flexibility with those things is not your concern and you are just happy earning a ton of points with the Autograph Journey card, then maybe sticking with Wells Fargo is fine. On top of that, this card is newer and these transfer partners are newer to Wells Fargo. So give it some time and maybe in the next year or two, we'll see some additional hotel transfer partners and a lot more airlines. But as of right now, I think it's hard to justify getting this card if you do want to travel and transfer your points out. Depending on where you fall with whether you want to get this card, you are kind of considering it, or you really aren't sold on it, I do want to highlight 2 other credit cards on the market that are very similar, but might offer you a little bit better perks or some different things that might suit you better. The first card that comes to mind is the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and the second card that comes to mind is the American Express Green Card. Taking a look at these cards side by side, we saw earlier that the Wells Fargo Autograph Journey has a $95 annual fee. Our Chase Sapphire Preferred will also have a $95 annual fee. On the other hand, our American Express Green Card is going to have a $150 annual fee. When it comes to our statement credits, we saw with the Wells Fargo card, we're going to have a $50 statement credit each year. With the Chase card, we're going to also have a $50 statement credit for hotels. And then with the American Express Green Card, we're going to have $289 worth of value with some travel related benefits. I do want to highlight the spending categories. As I said earlier, the Wells Fargo card I think really excels here with that 5 times points back on your hotels, 4 times points back on your airlines, 3 times back on your dining and all other travel. The Chase Sapphire Preferred, on the other hand, is going to give us 5 times points back on all travel purchased through Chase, 2 times points back on all of our other travel purchases, 3 times points back on our online streaming services. You're also going to earn 3 times points back on your dining, as well as 3 times points back on your online grocery orders. And our third card, the Amex Green Card, is going to be able to earn us 3 times points back on our travel, 3 times points back on our transit, and 3 times points back on our dining. When it comes to transfer partners, we saw that Wells Fargo has a very limited list with just 6 transfer partners, 5 being airlines and 1 being hotels. Chase is going to offer us 14 transfer partners, and then American Express is actually going to offer us 21 transfer partners. For both of those ecosystems, there's going to be 3 hotel transfer partners and the rest are going to be for airlines. One last note is that the value of the points do differ. I pointed out earlier that the Wells Fargo points are worth 1.3 cents per point. The Chase and American Express points are both worth 1.8 cents per point, which is significantly higher. Finally, the Chase Sapphire Preferred has a huge benefit to it, being that every point you redeem for travel in the Chase portal can give you an additional 25% value. This means if I took the sign-up bonus of 60,000 points and I redeemed it for travel, it could be worth 75,000 points. So if your plan is to redeem a ton of points for travel only, then I might look at that card as that actually gives a ton more value when you get into those higher amounts of redemption. I should also mention I will have in-depth reviews on both other cards mentioned here. I'll link those down in the description below. As a whole though, I don't think you can go wrong adding the Wells Fargo Autograph Journey card to your wallet. Between the annual fee being very reasonable, statement credits, and great spending categories, there's a lot of benefits with this card. Now, I know I continue to rag on it because of the travel redemption. It's not the best, especially if you are looking to transfer your points. But there's so many hidden perks that I talked about earlier, and just a lot of great things with this card. I don't think that the little things necessarily outweigh the great things. With all that being said though, there's so many other great cards in the market. I encourage you guys to go out there and research and find which one works best for you. On top of that, if you're interested in any other credit card video, whether it be for tips, tricks, and reviews, be sure to check out my channel. And while you're at it, please go like and subscribe and let me know down below what your thoughts are on the Wells Fargo Autograph Journey credit card. I'll see you guys in the next video.